We want to welcome you to our channel, and today on our episode I'm going to kind of give a goat update and kind of how we're doing things on the goat farm right now, and later after I get done with all my goat talk and you seeing all the cute little babies, then David is going to give you a shop tour of his winter fleet and what all is going on in his shop and all the businesses that he's added this year. It's exhausting, but we just want to give an update on what our life looks like. So it has been a minute since I've given an update on the goats. There's not been much happen. Some have had babies, and so I'll show you those in just a little bit. But today I'm kind of working on where they sleep. I'm putting some crates in there to kind of get them up off the ground because once it's rained so much here and it's just packed down mud. And so I'm going to try to get them up off the ground, but I'll show you the babies. This is Alice. She had a baby, but she is nosy. Anytime I'm up here, she's always wondering what's going on. But see how muddy it is? It's just been overtaken by their poop. So I'm going to put this pallet down so they'll be up off the ground. You like that, Minnie? Huh? Is that pretty cool? They're all so nosy. So the last time I had the goats together, the boys and the girls, and so this is what happens. I've got one little girl who has snuck over there, and of course they are just like losing their mind. But Clausen saying, man, there's a female in their yard, and her milkshake just tears them up. Alma Jean is not far from me. Lulu. These are all my bottle babies, so they stay pretty close. Look at them. The little girl they're all trying to eat, but yet they want her. Sandman. Come on, little girl. Klaus, you are so beautiful. What? Where's your mom? Where's your mom? And he is so cute. He's got something going on with his skin. I'm gonna have to look and see. Sandman. Alma Jean does not want you. Alma Jean doesn't want you. Oh, you just love the girls. Is that supposed to make her want you? All that spitting. All that spitting. Is it? Is it supposed to turn her on? Hopefully this little one will come on over here. Sandman, that is just so rude. Yes, that is not attractive. No, it's not. He has black little polka dots on him. What? What is all that about? What is all that about? You and Klaus. You two quit fighting over the girls. Neither one of you can get to her. They both are fighting over a girl they cannot get. They just want to smell her. It just smells so good. So these are some of the little babies. I gotta figure out what is going on. Can I not video other people? See how he's got a little skin something going on there, so I've got to check him out. Where's your little baby? Huh? Where's your little baby? I see your little baby way over there. Right there's Alice's little baby. Yep. Oh, and there's baby goat. That's another one of my baby bottle babies. Baby goat had 3. Ooh, there's a bee. She had 3 babies. And one passed away. What are you doing? Trying to figure it out? So, oh, good, she came over. So now I'm going to go back and close this up. So my fences, I had my fences done, but there's holes in them because goats are like escape artists. So then I just rig it up like that until it gets warm and I can get it fixed. But I keep the boys over there. So they have this whole area and back there that they get to go be a part of. But they hang out up here where all the ladies are. And Alma just watches everything I do. Hoping I'll bring some animal cookies up here later. Yes, I'm talking about you. Winter's always hard with all these trees with limbs, but my dad built this for me before he passed for my goats. So this is our main coop stall. I have another one, but they just like this one better. So I've got I'll probably leave that one alone. And then I'm gonna add another one over here. So this used to be my chicken coop right here, and I keep it closed because the boys sleep in this and they can't get out this door, so I keep this door locked. Does it feel good? Oh, they just scratch. It must feel so good. And Melody, she's probably my best goat besides Baby Goat. She's been with me a long time, and that's one of her babies. And she's pregnant again. She does such a good job with them. She makes pretty babies. So last year we had horses up here, and I was wanting this to be like the main goat thing, but they just don't like it. So I'm gonna move these crates down here, these pallets. But I mean, it was just, and plus they get over on the neighbors. They cross the neighbor's fence, and so until I can get my fencing, because this up here is ideal for these goats, and there's so much more for them to eat on up here, but they cross over in the neighbor's house. And Alma Jean took her horn against one of their cars, and she was such a bad goat. Never ever done that before. She was pregnant, so I don't know if her hormones had anything to do with it, or there were some kids over there, and she's just ornery. She doesn't like anybody more other than me and Carly, and so I don't know what happened, or even how she got her fat butt next door. But anyway, so I've had to like zip tie the holes up until it gets spring to where I can work on the fences. All right, I got it fixed. Everybody's got a pallet to lay on. Got a little sick buddy here. You can see I gave him some probiotics. Yeah, I was not happy about that. That stuff tastes very bad. So this is Baby Goat's little baby. And he's got a little bit of diarrhea, so I've been giving him some medicine. Oh, there's Alex and her baby. That's Alex's baby. Nellie and her baby. It's hilarious. Just not feel good. I'm just not feeling good. Yeah. Y'all wear me out. Gabby and Marley, you act like I can't do nothing without you, just like right here. Get down. Baby Cat's always got to figure out what's going on. He's always trying to figure out what he can see. Really, Baby Cat? Baby Cat wants to take a ride. Him and Max love the golf cart. All right, Marley. Get up here. Get up on this golf cart and hush. It's ridiculous. So they just disturb the peace, don't they, Baby Kiki? Max and Baby Cat are the best. Nerves.
by my wife to give you kind of an update of what our shop, what we're using our shop for right now, because we're right in the middle of winter. I feel like we've got probably 3 or 4 weeks left of winter. So what you're seeing today is kind of exactly how we keep it during the winter, because it makes it a lot easier to get to. So we kind of move things up closer to us and things like that. So in the first bay over here, we have one of my dualies. It's a 2021 Ram, and just cut it. This truck here is completely set up, and I've decided to keep at least one truck with the snow plow on it at all times, just in case we get an unexpected event. But it's ready to go. It's a 2021 Ram Cummins diesel. It's got the Salt Dog Salter on it, and I'll be honest with you, this is my first year running Salt Dog, and I've tried it out already, and I love it. So we're kind of converting everything to that, except for our plows. We're going to stay with Boss on those, and I'll show you those in just a second. But the other truck is a 2019 Cummins diesel as well. It's got a bigger Salter on it, and I know some people say, why is the big Salter on the smaller truck? And it's because I didn't own that one at the time that I'd already had this one installed. So we're going to make that switch next season and put that Salter on this truck and vice versa. So these two trucks are set up. We don't use those in the wintertime at all for anything except for snow removal. And I have not got a plow for that one yet. That's going to be coming probably in the fall of this coming year. So as far as the other truck here, we completely take all the equipment off of it after a snow event. One of my Boss V plows goes on the front, and kind of look over it. We've been using it to haul gravel the last few days. So it's got a plow mount on the front, and it actually runs one of these Boss tailgate salters. We set a pallet of salt, which I'll show you that in a second as well, in the bed of it to give it more traction. And then we run the Boss TGS 1100s on the tailgate. So those work really well. And the reason we do that is because this truck is one of the trucks that will go out of town a lot to service. We have a Wendy's in another town. We have Red Dot Storage, doctor's offices in another adjoining town. So we don't want to load bulk salt in those big salters and then have it freeze up because you're on the interstate trying to get to your next job. So we have found that, using bag salt on an out-of-town client has worked very well for us. So we have had no freeze-up issues or anything. And then this right here is my brand new 2024 S590 Bobcat skid steer. Mainly what it does is it loads my salt. But it's also one of my snow machines as well. My biggest client here in town is a hospital. So one of the main things I'm gonna use this for, I've got a brand new cage unit coming. And there's only 2 people in Central Kentucky that have a cage unit. And so basically what it is a box plow that can move a lot, bulk salt or bulk snow, I should say. But it can also convert to a snow plow as well. So this is like having another truck. And then here's those TGS 1100s I was telling you about. We run 3 of those. I have backups of everything. So I run 2 of them full time, and I have a backup third one in case one of these break. So you'll notice even with my dump trailers, I have 2 brand new matching dump trailers that they're only a year or 2 old. So these pallets right here are my sidewalk salt. We use that, mainly sidewalk safe places like hospitals, doctors' offices, things like that. And then back here is more of our commercial salt that we use on the tailgate salters, but it's for parking lots and things like that. So it's not sidewalk safe. So I keep those separate. And then here's the plows I was telling you about. Years ago, I ran, as you can see up there, those are Western straight blades. That was what I started with when I was 16, 17 years old. Now that I've gotten older, I've gotten lazier. And these plows right here, yes, they're expensive. Anybody that goes to buy a Boss, you're gonna know you're paying for the name. But I've now plowed with these for 4 seasons, and I've never, knock on wood, I've never had a breakdown. So very impressed with them. Versus the Snow Dog, do I like them better? Yes. But I do like the Snow Dog Salters better. So we'll talk about that more another time. But this, so looking at this those are basically just, you know, the Westerns are used for backup plows and things like that. If for some reason these plows went down and that kind of thing. So these are my pallet forks that go to my big skid steer, and that's just to load our trucks with the pallets. This right here is not snow related. These are all Christmas light customers. So yes, one thing we do is starting usually about the end of October, we start installing Christmas lights on people's houses and businesses. So we mark those with their address, with their name. That way the next year we label everything. That way the first year is the hardest as far as your installation. But once you get the first year done, then they're all marked. Anybody, you know, I tell my guys, you could never install, you may never have been on that property, but when it's marked and labeled, anybody can install them. They're that easy. So that's where we store anything that's up there is Christmas related. Why do you keep so many pallets? And I'll show you that in a later video. We build firewood bins, and I have a guy that I get these pallets from in a neighboring town, and they're really good pallets. There's no broken boards, nothing like that. So we build those firewood bins, and basically it gets our firewood up off the ground so that it dries out quicker. And then we tarp the top of it to keep the rain and the moisture off of it as well. And last but not least, snow equipment wise, yes, I still run Boss plows even on my sidewalk machine. So this is a Toro Grandstand Multi-Force. It's about 2 years old, and we bought it brand new. Everybody knows they're expensive because of what all they can do. And this is one of the attachments we use is a Boss 4-foot snowplow. It's a straight blade, but it's all hydraulics, push button, so it can angle, move snow off sidewalks. We have found that right there can take the place of about 3 guys. So we got one guy running that and a guy coming right behind him with a push salter. So instead of being out there with shovels and things like that, this is a lot more cost effective once you get past the initial investment. And so I would like to take full credit for this, but this is not my idea. As most of you all know, this is called a Salt Sling, and there is an actual company named Salt Sling, and that's, you know, and I've got a couple of his buckets, but shipping and everything, I couldn't get them as quick as I needed them last year, so I made my own. And so what I did is I drilled a hole in the side of it, put me a knot in it. My guys can sling it over here, or more than anything, put it on like this, and we can throw salt like this walking down sidewalks. So that's what that's for. So you'll see a lot of those. So a lot of people ask, especially people that do commercial snow removal, what kind of snow shovels do you use? These are new for us for this year. It's called the Snow Plow. And I bought these from another company that was going out of business. They were retiring. And I was a little skeptical at first because I didn't know how they would hold up. And oh my gosh, my guys fight over them. So this one, as you can tell, is a lot bigger blade than say this one right here. It's a lot wider. We definitely like the bigger ones, you know, for properties that have a lot of sidewalks. We prefer the bigger ones, so I've got to get a few more of those. And as you can tell, this is what I used to use. These were my Lowe's special. They're all beat up, they're chunked up, they're cheap. Yeah, they'll last about a season, that's it. These right here we've used all year, and you can barely tell, and the company used them for 3 years before that. So they're hardly worn. So I highly recommend, if you want a good shovel, invest the money in those. They're by far worth it. Other than that, guys, I've got a fuel tank, and that's something I do want to show you. So on this dolly, I've got a 100-gallon diesel fuel tank. And when I purchased the business, that came with the business, and I had no idea that it was here. So I pressure washed it, cleaned it out, put a new filter on it, and now all I gotta do is pull my skid steer right here and fill it up. So during a snow event, the main thing you don't wanna have to do when it's snowing is stop working and go fill up with gas or fuel. So we keep our own fuel on hand at all times. So far, we filled that up in October, the first week of October, and we're not close to being empty yet. And I run 2 skid steers. The little one is not here today. It's out on a job. So, but I just wanted to show you that. And This spring, I'll show you my next setup because we're going to do our mixed fuel for our weed eaters, blowers, things like that. Because downtime and having guys, 4 or 5 guys going to the gas station, that's a lot of windshield time. It's a lot of wasted money. So we try to figure out ways to maximize our profits. So I guess that's pretty much it for now. The other trucks are out today. They're working. But we'll do a spring setup where I get all the trucks and mowers and trailers and everything. So if you have questions, shoot them to us. We'll be glad to answer them, help you. It's a learning process. We learn things from other companies and things like that. And if there's something I can help you with, be glad to. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, so we have stepped outside now. So this is behind my shop. And I was talking to you a little bit in there about bulk salt and running those big salters on the back of those trucks. This is where I store my bulk salt and how I store my bulk salt. Is it perfect? No. Are there things I want to do to change it? Yes. But being as this is my first year as far as owning this location and being here, I'm doing the best I can do with it. So eventually what we want to do is build a roof over it, kind of change the style of it. And so hopefully by next fall, that's what it'll look like. But for now, we get triaxle loads of salt. They come about 25 to 26 tons at a time. And they dump it here, and then we keep it covered with these tarps because if you keep the moisture out of salt, as everybody knows, that keeps you from clogging up and at 3 o'clock in the morning upsetting yourself. So this is what we do to alleviate some of our stress. So this is another business that we do. It's called Splash and Dash Mobile Car Washing. So we actually go to the customers, wash their vehicles while they're either at work or maybe they're just home on a Saturday afternoon and they don't want to have to leave the house. So that's where we came up with this idea to actually go to people's houses, make it more convenient for them and still not cost an arm and a leg. So this particular customer is a little different. This customer, we're doing it at my shop. So I do have that ability. So once we get completely done with this, doing our mini detail, we're gonna pull it in the shop and actually wax it and everything. That's what this customer wanted. So that's what you're seeing right now is the foam cannon. We just use the foam cannon. We go behind after that and we start using brushes and getting the hard to reach stuff off the car.
know we just finished this one up right here. Client is on their way to pick it up. So just wanted to leave you all with this, let you know kind of what we do. But we'll see you next time, and we'll have a lot more information. Thank you.